Good job, teammate. In update 3.2.1, Bungie added some of the Dreaming City weapons back to the loot pool that were previously sunset, and one of these was the Tigerspite 450 RPM kinetic auto rifle. Now, it's no secret that back in the day this was a decent auto rifle, though it never really had any time in the spotlight as it was overshadowed by 600 RPMs like Gnawing Hunger and even Hard Light, so it never really had much time in the light. And even now, you know, we have some decent auto rifles. You know, Gnawing Hunger can still be a pain. You know, people still crutch on Suros, but in a world where we have so many auto rifles, you know, it's nice to have another 450 in the mix, but this thing is different. And I think I've got the 10 out of 10 god roll for PvP, and it's pretty solid. So with an option like Arrowhead Break, or full bore high cal rounds or ricochet rounds with overflow and rangefinder, this thing is maximized for all kinds of range and some stability. Now, if I put full bore on this thing, it brings the range up to 93, which is absolutely insane. But Arrowhead Break is actually, I think, a little bit better for the stability's sake. Arrowhead Break does give you the great recoil control, and I think that that is honestly the best option. And so far as the second column goes, you guys know how I feel about high cal rounds, and ricochet rounds are great. You can get some cool bank shots with it, but I do prefer the high cal rounds and its ability to shake off snipers and hand cannon users that are trying to challenge me at long range. And the thing about this gun is it's really sticky at long range. And look, I mean phantom sticky, phantom headshot sticky, right? Like you aren't expecting this thing to get the headshot that it landed just then. And it's really solid. It's really good. And I think rangefinder on this thing, you know, it brings up the zoom level a little bit, but the ability to get really good, consistent, critical hits at long range, look at that. Look at that, long range, like, is really easy with this thing. And the Arrowhead Break, I think, makes it really stable. And I didn't even mention before, it also has a range masterwork. So, this thing is solid. It's really good. I really enjoy it, and I was just thinking about it because I was just doing Blind Well one day, which if you want this, do Blind Well or Shattered Throne, maybe try to do an Ascendant Challenge, whatever on the Dreaming City, right? Spend some time there and try to open up some packages there, some engrams, and maybe you can get lucky enough to get one of these. And there's a lot. The Dreaming City weapons are all pretty good. You know, Vouchsafe is a solid scout rifle that's void. Not a whole lot of those in the mix right now. Retold Tale, of course. Just some really solid options. So I suggest you try to get you one of these. But man, this thing is so consistent. And Overflow is great, of course, for letting you stay in the gunfight for a while because it doubles the magazine, bringing it up to 66, which is pretty nutty for an auto rifle. You know, like, most other higher RPM auto rifles have a hard time staying this stable and hitting shots at this range. And this is really cool. And, you know, there are some other good options in that third column, but Overflow seems to fit pretty well. And at first I thought it was a one-off, right? Like, I got Overflow and I was like, but then I saw everything else. I saw Rangefinder, I saw the high cal rounds, I saw the Arrowhead Break and the Masterwork, and something in me just said, no, this is good, right? And like, I knew it then, but then I saw something else on YouTube. If you follow Gold Eagle, he plays a lot with Lucky 10p and Trials and whatnot. He actually shared basically the exact same roll, and he does. His has full bore with ricochet rounds, I believe, maybe high cal, but also a range masterwork. And so he was very impressed by it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go home. I'm going to throw it on, try it out, see how it goes, and my goodness, was I set back. Like, I was not expecting this thing to be as crispy and as smooth as it is, but here we are. So I think that this is actually probably my preferred auto rifle for PvP right now. And of course, we have next season right around the corner, and anything can happen. You know, we could get some crazy weapons there, but you know, I have a God Roll Gnawing Hunger, I have a God Roll Summoner, and even a decent, maybe I could do for a better, you know, decent PvP rolled Shadow Price, but you know, that's not exactly something that you can just get in the loot pool right now. So I'll take this. You You know, Arc Logic is also back, but I think that's rolling with mostly PvP options there. The one thing I will say is if you maybe want to try to make this even better, in the third column, the only thing that I would change is, you know, potentially having surplus or maybe subsistence, but I kind of like the overflow on it. But surplus, you know, would also bring the handling and all of that up by quite a lot, so that's definitely something to look out for. But that's really it, guys. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to kind of go over this weapon and how awesome it is, and I'm going to be using this a lot more. Getting the first 100 kills on this thing was a breeze. Took just a couple of matches. I'm consistently dropping between 30 and 40 kills with this thing. Like, and I'm not like trying to brag. Like, I tend to be pretty good at PvP and all, but this thing just kind of makes it easy because you can kind of peek cover and send a lot of fury downrange really fast. So keep your eyes out for this roll. Tigerspite's a really great weapon, and if you happen to get one, you know, good for you. Hang on to it, cherish it, don't delete it, for God's sake. Don't delete it. But that's going to be it for me, Guardians. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the algorithm. We're doing good, guys. We're almost up to 270 at this point. We're moving along, and that's great. And I'm really shocked and just kind of amazed by how awesome we're doing right now, and we're going to keep going. I'm going to start uploading more PvE content here pretty soon. Everyone seemed to like my my Nightfall, my Grandmaster Nightfall video I did a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to do more of those, and we're also going to try to, you know, maybe do, you know, next season we have the new activities coming, whatever it might be, and we're going to hop into that. But again, that's it. I'm just going to let the video play out, and don't forget to like and subscribe like I said before, and Godspeed, my friends.